All right, what's going on, guys? We're back with another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to be going over the system update notice that was in game yesterday. This is actually in there yesterday morning. I was unable to get to it until now, just because of being busy with work and stuff. You know, got to pay the bills. That's how the world works. But I wanted to make sure that I do still kind of cover this and kind of give my thoughts and go over some, I guess you want to call it some speculation stuff about what this could mean going forward. But yeah, let's jump into this. So we got this notice in game yesterday morning, right? So it says, "Dear players, thank you for your support of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. System updates are scheduled to be conducted during the version update planned in mid-August. After the version update, some devices may experience slower app performance. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused. Thank you for understanding and support. We hope you continue to enjoy playing Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle." Okay, so basically what they're saying is that there is going to be a big update to the game come mid-August. The way that they say some devices may experience slower app performance just means that this is going to be like a big update. Whether it takes up a lot of like memory on your phone, whether they do this every now and then where like certain iOSs are no longer going to be compatible with the game. But to say that your entire device may be slow is kind of crazy, meaning that this is probably going to be something pretty big. I did actually want to pull something else up that I did not. Let me grab it real quick. Okay, so I have this tweet here from Rick, who is a pretty good source of information when it comes to everything in this game, right? He's a pretty big data miner. So he's talking about this here, about us getting closer to update 6.0.0. So basically, every time you go up a digit here, right? We're currently in the 5s. Every time you go up another digit like that, it's a pretty significant update to the game. A pretty big like overhaul. So, I mean, he kind of goes on to go back and forth with like Proton, I Seriously, just kind of talking about how this could be a prep for this as opposed to like the actual big update. So this could have something to do with Dokkan 2, you know, the way that they kind of overhauled the system, you know, the battle motions, the UI as you're fighting and all that stuff, right? They kind of did like a big overhaul with a lot of that stuff. So this could just be an expansion on that. That's just going to cause like the game to slow down a little bit. I know that Legends actually just had a huge update for their game, right? They introduced like ground battles, so they had to do like this giant thing to change like their entire like UI, and they put out a big notice that was like, hey, this could slow your phone down, right? So I mean, it could be something very similar to that, where we're gonna get just sort of like some sort of just overhaul of like the battle system, which would be, I mean, crazy, right? This has been like a bubble popping game since the game came out. So if they were to do something completely different, I think that'd be a little crazy. I think just making it like, maybe they're just making everything look better, look cleaner, right? They're really just like cleaning shop with how everything just is visually just looks, right? I mean, they started adding in the battle motions, which is great. You know, it adds a depth to the characters as you're selecting them, right? They move, their aura flows, they look cleaner. So I mean, maybe it's something to do that with like the entire system, is my thought. I know some people have talked about like HD arts, right? So if you look at the art in game, they're very clean, very nice. But then if you look at like the 4K versions or the HD versions, like they're even better. So it's like maybe they're doing something with that. Maybe they are, I don't know, like I would say a new game mode, which I think is coming. I think they are in the middle of like trying to do a new game mode, because I think Million Arena was just a fail. But I don't know if that would warrant like a whole update saying like, hey, your phone's gonna slow down, unless it's like a crazy game mode. Like I don't know one that Dokkan would do that would be like a device breaker. But I like all this is to really say like we don't know for sure what exactly they're doing. We just know that there is some sort of version update planned for mid-August. So We do know that the campaign is going to go until 11th of August, right? So this is going to run until the 11th of August GDC. So that's about mid-August-ish time frame. So I think once the GDC ends, we kind of roll into the next celebration, whether it be an EX part, whether it be just a regular Dokkan Fest. We'll probably start to see them overhaul some of this stuff, I think, in preparation for what was the Tanabata. So looking back at this here, right, they gave us a whole like time frame of the overhaul of some of the big celebrations that they're doing. So the Japanese anniversary is now unified, and that is like the Dokkan Supreme celebration. It's like the big anniversary. The global anniversary and worldwide were combined into what is now the GDC, which we are currently in. And then the Tanabata campaign is moving from its usual spot, which is like now, to September, October time, with a completely new name, because Tanabata is like an actual like holiday celebration, whatever, in Japan. So they're not going to name it. They're not going to keep it Tanabata and have it at a completely different time of year. So it's going to be something different. I don't think it's going to be on the same level as Anniversary or as GDC, because Tanabata typically isn't like Anniversary worldwide big. Plus, I mean, if you read right here, anniversary size campaigns twice a year. So that's the Global Supreme Celebration, or the Dokkan Supreme Celebration, and the Global Dokkan campaign. Those are our big anniversary campaigns. And then we're going to have I don't want to call it a smaller, right, campaign compared to these two. But I think it's still going to be something pretty big, right? I mean, they do have this Community Fest coming up. So this is going to be on September 6th. So ideally, you know, this is September, October time is the new Tanabata campaign. That's probably going to be during this. My guess is that like this is going to be a kind of a showcase for the units. You know, this is where they're going to introduce like the theme. You know, there's going to be some sort of live stream that happens while this is going on to introduce everything, show a bunch of stuff off. And I mean, yeah, it would make sense. And I think they're having people go here to like, yeah, demo play. So I think whatever they're doing with like this, I think they're starting to get stuff ready to introduce here so that we can have it for this campaign. Again, this is all just speculation stuff. So, I mean, you never really know, but to me, that makes the most sense. It's just, what are they doing is like the big burning question. And I mean, we're not going to know until at least the middle of next month. Latest, the new Tanabata campaign, likely around September, you know, middle of September, early September, whatever it is. You know, typically we see, so like part 2 is going to start probably the 23rd. New units are probably going to come out the 24th. Then that's going to go all the way up to the 11th, right, is when the actual GDC will end. The next Dokkan Fest will start. Like I said, whether it be an EX part, whether it be its own like thing, I imagine, you know, if it runs like 2 weeks, brings you to the 25th, another 2 weeks brings you to like the 8th of September. So, and if the community meetup's on the 6th, I mean, they could do like all the showing there, and everything drops on the 8th, 9th could be when the new quote-unquote Tanabata campaign is, because usually worldwide starts around the 28th, 29th. That's like when the units drop of August. So now this being pushed in September pushes it a little bit farther. You know, it opens time for, you know, one full, you know, celebration in between. And it gives them, I guess, a little bit of breathing room. It gives us a little bit of breathing room before jumping into the next major celebration. But yeah, I can't say for sure what they're doing here. I hope that it's some sort of like complete like interface overhaul, you know, make the game just look cleaner, make it run smoother, make it look like a 2025 game. Like that's really it. Like, I don't know what else they could be doing with this, unless it is just a new game mode and it's just a heavy game mode. But yeah, I mean, there was also this is something else I wanted to bring up too. This was in the data back in like November, that we got this, like this active skill thing, right? Where it comes up and all 3 are activated at once, as opposed to the typical like 1 at a time. This is all 3. So I don't know if this might have something to do with it, because this hasn't been seen in game yet. So I don't know if this is going to be like something that comes up for GDC Part 2, if it comes up for the EX part, if it's part of what they're going to be doing for this whole notice and overhaul thing. But I guess we'll see. Time will really just tell. So mid-August is when they're scheduled to conduct this version update. We'll know more information about it then. And then as we roll into the actual Tanabata campaign and they start doing this community fest, we'll learn a lot more about what all is actually going to be coming as a whole to Dokkan for these big updates. I think this is kind of just like how version Z was in kind of parts. This might be the same thing with like Dokkan 2. You know, they're kind of, you know, building it in parts and adding a little bit into the game at a time, instead of just like dumping so much shit on everybody all at once. But yeah, I mean, this is gonna be cool. I think whatever it is, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope that it's just good. I hope I don't have to upgrade my phone. I shouldn't have to upgrade my phone. I think mine's fine. But we'll see. Might have to go to the store and give them my money, my hard-working money, to get a new phone, just so I can keep playing Dokkan. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for the video today, guys. I just kind of wanted to go over this, kind of ramble a little bit, speculate, you know, do the fun stuff. This is always fun. I love when we don't actually know what's happening and we can just kind of like guess and talk and, you know, throw our ideas around. So if you guys stuck around to the end of the video, I appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with me. Let me know what you guys think of this scheduled update that's coming. Do you guys think it's something huge? Do you think they're adding in, you know, HD assets? Do you think they're overhauling the entire interface? Do you think they're doing something with like the super attack animations, going from, I heard people talking about going from sprites to like videos, just to make things smoother, cleaner, maybe less storage filling on your phone. We'll say that. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Like, subscribe, do the thing, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya!